Tell me that. What are some events that could happen or storms that could happen to trigger the body to go into a kind of a place of where you have POTS or dysautonomia?
Well, all the doctors were saying COVID causes dysautonomia. And I say that's an utter lie. That's not true. POTS or COVID does not directly cause dysautonomia, or else, okay, I got dysautonomia after POTS, but you didn't. So why is that? We cannot make that claim. We cannot make the claim that COVID causes dysautonomia if not everyone that gets COVID has dysautonomia. What I've come to realize through clinical experience is that it's a perfect storm. There are other things that are brewing underneath the surface, okay? Like for you, let's say Jake lives in a moldy house and there's mold under your sink and you don't know it, and it's black mold and it's dangerous mold, okay? And then let's just say your mom dies and you're going through a crisis and chaos in your heart and your spirit. And then all of a sudden you get a cut on your leg, while you're cowboying one day, and you get bacterial infection, and then you get COVID. And now you go into this state of sympathetic overdrive where, like I just said, bright lights are bothering you, sounds are bothering you. Well, what caused it? Was it COVID? Was it the bacterial infection? Was it the mold? What was it? Well, it was all of them together that created the perfect storm. And now something has peeked through.
Wow.
Something has broken the surface. And now your nervous system's going, alarm, alarm, alarm. The alarm is going off. Mm-hmm. Now Jake is in fight or flight, and he has no idea how to get out of it.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. So you're saying like, it's not just one thing, but it's multiple of things over time, over the years.
Yes.
Could have started at childhood.
Correct.
Right? Trauma, whether, like maybe through a household, growing up in a household or an atmosphere you're in that created trauma.
Yes.
Getting plagued with viruses, sickness, the flu, you name it, growing up. If you're an athlete, just overdoing it. We have a daughter that plays basketball, and they, them 2-a-day practices and going to school all day. I mean, greatly.
And it's too much for her.
Way too much.
But it's not for her teammates.
Yeah.
So why is that? Well, not every single one of her teammates has Lyme's disease. Not every single one of her teammates has gone through the things she's gone through. Yeah. So that's why dysautonomia is very individualized. Yeah. And it brings us back to, why is COVID? Because here's the thing. Dysautonomia, I'm going to just call it fight or flight. Let's move into, it's just fight or flight. It has always been around. Ever since there's been sin, ever since there's been stress, ever since there's been, psychological turmoil, there's been fight or flight or dysregulated nervous systems. But why in 2020 was there all of a sudden this huge surge of it? Well, and this is my clinical hypothesis, is that actually what COVID is, I'm going to go into that, but how does it disrupt the nervous system the way it does? Well, what we found is there's this other little unknown virus that nobody talks about, and it's called Epstein-Barr virus. People are very common with mono. They know what mono is.
Yes, everybody you talk to has said at one time or another they've had mono, right? I remember back when I was in like elementary school, nurse told me I had mono.
But mono's not a virus. Mono is a sequelae of symptoms. All it is, oh, I can see Jake's lymph nodes are swollen and Jake feels like poop and he doesn't want to get out of bed and he's fatigued. That's mono. That's the presentation. But the culprit, the enemy, the invader behind it is Epstein-Barr. And it's common. 95% of the American population has Epstein-Barr. What do you get it from? You get it from drinking out of a glass that's not totally clean at a restaurant. You get it from touching a doorknob, sitting on a dirty toilet seat. And now that pathogen gets into your body. And what people don't know about Epstein-Barr, so once again, Epstein-Barr is the pathogen, mono is the presentation, okay? But most people have Epstein-Barr, 95% of the population does, but it doesn't affect their immune system at all. Yeah. They're strong. But here's the thing. If the person has just gone through a death in the family, or They've had another bacterial infection in their leg, or they're in a moldy house. Epstein-Barr goes, haha, this person's
Perfect
weak.
environment.
Correct. Perfect environment. This person's weak. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cause chaos right now. And in walks mono, the symptom presentation. But if the person is strong, what Epstein-Barr does is they do exactly this. They go, well, dang, this guy's strong. What can I do to him? I can't do anything. So Epstein-Barr climbs into the brainstem and hides. It's called a latent virus. These are the worst viruses that you can experience, are latent viruses, because they don't just come out, attack you for a week and then go, like the flu and like COVID. They come in and they set up shop and they wait in your brainstem for Jake to experience a moment of stress, a moment of illness, a moment of disease, and now they come out.
Kind of waiting for the perfect environment. When your immune system's down, your body's down, things have been compounding.
Waiting for the perfect storm.
Perfect storm, yeah.